Well, what's going on, fellow zombies? Are we sleep deprived and emotionally screwed up? Because I sure as hell am. This is the Zombie Weaver John C. of Roseman, California. You know, the guy that does the Diary of a Griever named John Weaver, which is me. Alright. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and people are buying and getting through Black Friday. This time of season usually gets to me anyway. It's not just missing the family, which I'm still doing for a vast decade already. But the memories are still kicking in, and when I look at old pictures of what I've done in the past for decorations, it just hits me even harder. Somewhere on my YouTube channel, I've got my videos out there on what Christmas was all about and how it meant to me. Of course, I used copyrighted music out there and then flagged YouTube like crazy. But right after Thanksgiving, for most of my life, I mean, from a young teenager who was tall enough to reach the tallest portion of the tree to when I lost Ma back in 2013, and David 2018, and the large tree obsessions were gone. When it came down for the time period of David, we lost a lot of our personal stuff in a storage locker. Gone forever. Gone forever. And that included Christmas decorations, including a tree. I'm stuck with small trees, and I've been dealing with that ever since. A larger tree is made for the young. The smaller trees are made for the old. But when I was a teenager growing up, Ma was teaching me what she learned about decorating trees. And it took me a long while to get it right for her. But sometimes I'd manage to make a few course changes that would piss her off. She mentioned about holes in the tree. Large gaps that would needed filling. You can't get a hanging, if you can't get a teardrop, get candy canes. Or stick something in the hole. Just to cover it up. Decorating the trees for the first time, I had to learn the hard way what Ma was looking at. Always turn the tree a bit and then decorate one side and keep going like shum 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 shum. You turn the tree, shum shum shum. Turn the tree, shum shum shum. Turn the tree, shum shum shum. But you're always looking at that section that you're decorating to see what you can use and what you can't use. The olden days of 60s and 70s when they actually had the glass balls out of the 5 and dime stores. Woolworths was our go-to place to get all of our Christmas shopping regarding the decorations. At least a lot of bulbs. And when one had dogs, you had to watch out for the breakage all around the place. And have a vacuum cleaner. No one ever stepped around a tree barefooted. There was always been an angel. We had a homemade one that my grandmother had for generations. It was quite old, quite ancient, and we put it out there. Until we decided we were going to get another one to replace it. And it did. I was working over at Macy's back in the 90s. Got one that we'd used for 2 or 3 decades until that was among the stuff that we left and lost. Mail order decorations we'd gotten. Gone. Even from Fast food places. I have very few of the decorations left, sparsed out among 4 trees. A lot of holes my mother would be getting my ass on, and I don't do the tinsel on it very well. I just wanted to have them out there all the time. Unfortunately, it makes good bug nests. My ma gave me a small one for Christmas at a company Christmas party. Actually, I think I won it with money on it. It was a raffle, and I had been using that for a hell of a long while, since the 90s, 80s or 90s, and it was quite a thing. I think it was back in the 80s. Yeah, it was back in the 80s. I still have that tree. I still have that tree. And I've gotten a few more. Put lights on them. Just so I have a row of decorations for Christmas. After Thanksgiving, the family was supposed to be, or I was supposed to be, having a tree put up with the help of my brother. We had one that we'd gotten from Sears a long time ago, back in the early 70s. Big white folding one. You just drag it out, unfurl the artificial branches, and that would be it. Then you have to do the decorations all over it. Just make sure the bug things want to get around it. And as it got older, got more grangier, grayish. I wish we kept it. I still liked it. Yeah, we got one we had to piece together. I had to keep the instructions with me so I could keep track of how to put the damn thing here each year. I didn't memorize it, not much anyway. And that was also one of the items that got left in the storage locker. But in the apartment I've got right now, there's no place for me to put it. So the smaller trees were doing just fine for a long while. And that was okay, because someone needed a Christmas tree for Christmas anyway. But the memories that are hooked up with them, that's what makes it harder for me to deal with. Because they mean that much. And it still hurts like a son of a bitch. When I had the power outage a couple of weeks back, I had to make sure that the lights in the Christmas tree had the batteries replaced, actually. So everything was ready. I'd be using it for emergency lighting if necessary. Just for a stationary area. I have yet to listen to the Christmas music. There may be a few songs I'll go for, maybe a few movies. But we are getting close to it, aren't we? And it's going to be another hard Christmas. So it is for a griever named John Weaver. That being said,